been a while since I have used this microphone, but I decided I wanted to use it today. So I am. I wanted to talk about a few things that I am scared about moving abroad. Let's just hop right into it because I've been in my feels lately and I just got to get it off my chest, okay? So the first thing that I am scared about is not being able to be there for certain events and certain things. I have incredible FOMO. I don't want to miss out on any events, any special things that are happening. And I realize that I can go back home every once in a while, but depending on like finances and what I'm doing and where I'm at in Europe, I probably will only go back twice a year to see my friends and my family and to just go back to the US and say hi to everybody. So I'm really scared about just missing out on things. I don't have many friends that I hang out with in person besides one or two people. And I don't expect those friends to have weddings or any babies or anytime soon. So I'm not missing out much there. So that's fine. But I'm scared about even leaving my family behind. And, if something happens with my family, if they are hurt, if they're sick, it's not just like a 20-30 minute drive anymore. It's a 6-7 hour flight back to the US. So it's harder to get back to my family, but it is still viable. I can still do that, but that's just something that I've been worried about and kind of stressing me out. The next thing that I'm worried about is a job. I kind of made a video about this and wrote about it in my Substack, but I am scared about having a 9-to-5 over in Europe. I don't enjoy the 9-to-5 corporate life that America has. It just places too much emphasis on working us to the fucking bone. And I'm not about that life, really. I appreciate the people that can, keep their heads down and busy and just work, but that's not me. I don't want that 9-to-5 life. I don't want to spend so much time working for a company and their goals and then not have that same energy and time put into my own goals. You know what I mean? Ideally, I'd like to start a business, but I just don't think I'm there yet. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I have that confidence right now. So that's kind of out of the question for now until maybe I think of something. But yeah, the 9-to-5 work life, I don't know how it will differ over in Europe. I know it'll probably be a little bit more bearable, but I'm also scared that what if I don't find a job and then I can't go to Europe? What would I do? What's my backup plan? So those are kind of some of the things related to job stuff that I am a little nervous about. The third thing that I'm somewhat worried about and thinking through is friends. Again, I don't have many friends and I'm okay with that, truly. I worry about being lonely, I suppose. So maybe not friends, but just loneliness in general. I am going over there alone with my dog. And I am so happy that I have Valkyrie. Truly, she's sitting on the ground right there and laying down and sleeping. But I am so happy that I have Valkyrie because I don't know what else I would do if I didn't have her. I think she'll help with some of that loneliness, but I'm worried about how much I can take with the loneliness because I am an introvert. I do get my energy from being alone. I love being alone, but I don't like feeling lonely. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I get worried about how my mental health will take that. And if that's something that I have to really worry about, or if I have to find solutions before I go, or when I'm there, make sure that I'm joining groups and walking groups, hiking groups, things of that nature to make sure that I am still finding a community, finding that safe space in others while I'm abroad. One of the other things that I've been a little stressed about is packing all my stuff. So getting everything that I want to bring over to Europe. And I have people that will help me move. I know that. So I don't have to worry about too much of all that, but I'm going to have multiple suitcases. So it's I couldn't even imagine moving by myself and having to carry, a dog and 3 or 4 suitcases, or one of them is going to be a backpack, but I can imagine that. So I'm very grateful that I at least would have some people helping me move. Also stressed about packing everything that I need, and specifically my gaming PC. This has been like stressing me out, you guys, a lot. And it really shouldn't be stressful. It really shouldn't be. Like, I've been overthinking a lot of that. And I'm like going back and forth between, okay, do I pack the guts of my gaming PC into my carry-on bag and then either get a new, no, I'm not getting a new case. I'm going to bring that case with me. So then shipping that case over, or just shipping like everything over, and like my monitor, obviously that has to be shipped over, but like just shipping even the separate PC parts and then having to put it all back together. But I'm like, I don't know. I like, if I did that, it would save more space for me to put other things in my carry-on, specifically because I need stuff for Valkyrie like day of, and I don't want that to be a bunch of like PC parts in my carry-on bag. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is shipping the PC parts and the PC, like the case, my monitor, all that stuff separately from me. And I just worry about like, what if it's stolen? What if it gets lost? And it's, in the end, it's really not a big deal because it is just money. It's not, I mean, it is sentimental in some way, but it's not like I can't ever replace those parts. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a live animal that I'd be like, oh my gosh, like my fucking dog is lost. It's not that. It's just, and it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. And I do have some sort of sentimental value to it because it's like, it's mine and I built it. And yeah, so I'm kind of stressed about that. Another thing that I am a little worried about is, I think this is number 5. Is it? I don't know. Editing Raven will let me know if it's number 5 or not. So it is indeed number 5. You're good. So we'll say number 5. Possibly, is like gaming with friends, because I have a lot of friends that are in the US and that I game with. So I don't know half these people in person. And my other friend that I game with, like, the time difference is going to be crazy. Like, that is how I connect with my friends, is through games. And if I'm not able to do that often, like, I feel like it's going to contribute to that loneliness. And I just don't know how to figure that out. If like, it'll be like a 7-hour difference for most of them and then a 6-hour difference for one person. But like, do I have to stay up super, super late or like into the early hours of the morning while, they're just, finishing dinner and going to bed? Or like, do they have to take a lunch break? Like, I'll end up probably staying up pretty late. And that's what worries me, because I'm like, well, if I have a 9 to 5, I can't do that until the weekend. So that's why I just love to have my own schedule and just be able to do what I want during the day. But we can't all have that. I'm not really worried about anything else, I think. The big 3 is like missing out on things, missing family and friends, and just being like potentially like lonely over there. And, I think I'm going to have a lot of great experiences, and I'm going to be able to keep myself busy with just exploring a new city and surrounding countries and things like that. So there's plenty to keep me busy. It's just, this is one of the biggest like life decisions that I've made so far. And a lot of planning has gone into it, and there's still a lot of planning that needs to go into it. And I have like 3 months left. So, and maybe even less than 3 months, because 3 months would be, let's see, August to September, October. Oh yeah, like 2.5 months, depending on 2.5 months, depending on when I leave in October. I could leave at the beginning of the month. I could leave at the end. It really just depends on timing of everything and job. It comes down to the job too. And like, finding that income to sustain me in Europe. I'm curious if anybody else has kind of made this move abroad. Like, what were some of the things that you were scared about? What kind of things did you fear? And, how did you work through that? Where are you at now? Like, how are you doing mentally? How are you doing physically? Did these fears really like cause a big disruption in your life, where it was like, it's something that you're constantly worried about? And then did it end up just not being anything to worry about when you got there? I'm very curious to hear other people's experiences on this. I really think that's it. Like, I'm so happy, like truly, like, I guess I am scared. I am so scared, but I'm so happy that I get to have this new experience, and I'm so grateful. And every day that gets like closer to me moving is like, it's just like nerves and butterflies, but it's also like super, super exciting. And I write a lot about this in my Substack. If you guys want to check it out, again, I think everything's linked in my bios and my pages and things like that. But if you want to kind of get a little more of my jumbled thoughts, then please check out my Substack. It is free to subscribe to it. So if you want to check that out and support me that way, that would be awesome. But otherwise, I think that's it for this video. Just kind of sharing my thoughts and the things that I've been thinking about the last couple of weeks and the fears that I have been having. You know, we're working through it every day. We're working through something. I am trying my best every single day to do something now that will help future Raven out and will make her feel very appreciated that we did it today. So every day I'm doing something. That is it for this video. Thank you guys for continuing to follow my journey and see where life takes me. I'm super excited again to share all of this with you guys and just be real and vulnerable with you and transparent on what I'm doing and how I'm doing. So I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys have a great week and stay safe. Bye.